Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, Tuna brings Henry to Alex's house to make Bánh Chưng as Tet gets closer. The twist is, Tuna is the expert, fast, confident, and steady, while Alex turns out to be adorably clumsy with the leaves and strings. Together they wrap the cakes, set the big pot, and stay up through the night to watch the fire. It's a warm, simple story about family, patience, and building a home through small traditions. If you enjoy healing slice-of-life moments like this, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. Tuna arrived at Alex's house just after sunrise. Henry bundled against her chest in a soft blanket. The road had been quiet, the air cool enough to wake her fully. She paused at the gate, adjusted Henry's hat, then stepped in. Alex opened the door before she knocked. "You're early," he said, voice still sleepy but warm. "You said you wanted to start before it gets busy," Tuna replied. "I did." Alex glanced at Henry. "He's okay?" "He ate a little. He'll probably nap soon." Inside, the kitchen already looked prepared. A basin waited near the sink. Bundles of dong leaves rested on towels. On the table, sticky rice, mung beans, pork, and lat. Alex's mother appeared and took Henry with practiced ease, humming as she rocked him. "You two work," she said. "I'll keep him comfortable." Tuna's shoulders loosened. "Thank you." Alex straightened like he was reporting for duty. "Tell me what to do." Tuna washed her hands and tied her hair back. "First, leaves, then we portion everything, then we wrap." Alex nodded seriously. Tuna lifted the bowl of rice and looked at it. "Did you soak this?" Alex hesitated. "I rinsed it." Tuna's laugh came out soft and surprised. "Rinsed is good, but soaking matters." "How long?" Alex asked, ears faintly red. "A few hours," Tuna said gently. "It's okay. We'll start with leaves and beans first." They moved to the sink. Tuna washed each leaf carefully, checking for tears, smoothing the surface with her fingers. Alex copied her, but scrubbed too hard, bending the leaf until a corner tore. He stared at it like it had offended him. Tuna covered her mouth, trying not to laugh. "It's fine. Torn leaves can line the bottom." "Leaves shouldn't be this sensitive," Alex muttered. "That's why people respect them," Tuna said. "They're part of the tradition." Alex slowed down. His next leaf stayed intact. He glanced at her hands, noticing how sure they were. "You've done this before," he said. Tuna nodded. "With batang, when I was younger." Alex didn't respond right away. He just washed the next leaf carefully. When the leaves were clean, Tuna laid them out and sorted them by size. Alex pointed at the biggest one. "That one." Tuna shook her head. "Too thick. It won't fold well." Alex looked at her, half offended, half impressed. "How do you know?" Tuna tapped the leaf. "Feel it. It has to bend, not fight." Alex pressed it between his fingers and nodded reluctantly. "Okay, you're the expert." Next came the portions. Tuna pressed mung beans into even mounds, measuring by touch. Alex tried and made one portion, nearly twice the size. Tuna raised an eyebrow. Alex held it up. "This one is generous." "It's a mountain," Tuna said, laughing. Alex sighed and split it. "Teach me." Tuna showed him how to pinch and level, how to compress without crushing. Alex copied her slowly, clumsy but determined. He was used to managing big decisions. This was tiny, precise, and stubbornly human. Alex's mother brought out the wooden mold. Alex set it in the center of the table. "We'll use this." Tuna nodded. "Yes, but you still have to fold the leaves right." Alex rolled his shoulders. "I can fold." "Then show me," Tuna said, smiling. Alex laid the leaves into the mold and tried to form the cross. Corners popped up. Edges refused to align. He pressed harder, and the leaves buckled. A small scatter of rice slid onto the table. Tuna froze for a second, then broke into laughter she couldn't stop. It wasn't cruel. It was pure surprise, and it warmed the whole kitchen. Alex stared at the mess, then at Tuna. It moved. Tuna wiped her eyes. It didn't move. You attacked it. I did not attack it, Alex protested, but he was smiling too. Tuna stepped closer. Okay, watch. She reset the leaves gently, folding corners with a patient rhythm. Rice went in first, then beans, then pork, then beans again, then rice. She leveled the top and folded the leaves over like closing a carefully wrapped gift. Alex watched like he was watching someone solve a problem he'd failed. Now the strings, Tuna said. Alex grabbed the lat, confident again. He pulled too hard. The square warped and bulged. Tuna leaned back to study it. It's expressive. Alex's brows lifted. Expressive? It looks like it has failings, Tuna said. Loosen it. The pressure has to be balanced. Alex loosened one side, tightened the other, then crossed the strings wrong. The knot slipped. The whole thing looked like a badly packed parcel. Alex lifted both hands. I'm not good at this. Tuna's smile turned soft. You're good at many things. This is just not your field. She adjusted the strings quickly, tightening just enough, crossing neatly, securing the knot. The band returned to a clean square. Alex exhaled, humbled and impressed. You're really good. Tuna nodded simply. Yes. Her directness made Alex laugh. You didn't even pretend to be modest. Tuna's voice stayed gentle. I've spent too long pretending I'm smaller than I am. Alex looked at her for a beat, respectful. Don't do that anymore. They made the second band together. This time Alex didn't rush. He watched her hands, copied the fold, kept the pressure gentle. His base was uneven, but the leaves didn't tear and the rice didn't spill. When he tied the strings, he asked before pulling. Like this, he said. Tuna guided his fingers. Yes, balanced. His second bond still leaned slightly, but it held. Alex stared at it, proud. I did it. Tuna smiled. You did. Henry stirred in the next room, then settled again. Alex's mother hummed softly as she rocked him. By late morning, a small row of bonds sat on the table, wrapped and tied. Two Nas were clean squares, confident and neat. Alex's were less perfect, but honest. Tuna washed her hands and glanced at Alex. We'll rest a bit, then we set up the pot. Alex nodded, relieved to return to a task that fit him. I can handle the pot. Tuna laughed softly. Yes, that part is yours. With the smell of leaves in the air and the quiet rhythm of the kitchen around them, Tet felt very close, warm, ordinary, and real. After lunch, the house grew quieter in that special way it did when everyone was busy, but no one was rushing. Alex's mother put Henry down for a longer nap, tucking the blanket around him with practiced care. Tuna washed the last dishes and wiped the table, then looked at the neat row of Bánh Chưng resting on a tray. They look good, she said softly. Alex glanced at them and nodded, half proud, half intimidated. Yours look good. Mine look like they survived. Tuna laughed under her breath. They'll taste the same. Alex lifted a finger. Not if my strings come loose. They won't, Tuna said. I fixed them. That simple sentence carried the same comfort as her hands. Alex didn't reply with words. He just moved to the yard and began preparing the fire as if that was his way of saying thank you. The large pot sat near a brick stand, already cleaned and waiting. Alex stacked wood beside it, splitting a few pieces with steady force. He was careful, not dramatic, just efficient. Tuna brought out a bucket of water and checked the pot's bottom, placing a few extra leaves as lining. Alex looked over. Do we need that many leaves? Tuna nodded. It protects the bond from burning, and it smells better. Alex accepted it without argument. He had learned today that tradition was often practical in ways you didn't notice until you ignored it. They lowered the bond into the pot together, arranging them in layers. Alex tried to fit one in too tightly and it wouldn't sit flat. "Turn it," Tuna said. Alex turned it slowly. It slid into place like it had been waiting. Tuna poured water in carefully, watching the level rise. "We'll need to add more later," she said. "It will boil down." Alex nodded. "I'll watch it." "Not alone," Tuna replied. Alex glanced at her, then softened. "Okay, not alone." When everything was set, Alex lit the fire. The first flames caught slowly, then steadied. A thin thread of smoke rose into the late afternoon air. Tuna sat on a low stool beside the pot, hands wrapped around a cup of tea, watching the water begin to tremble. "This feels like Tet," she said. Alex crouched near the woodpile, adjusting a log. "It does." Tuna's bracelet glinted when she lifted her cup. Alex saw it and looked away quickly, but his mouth lifted slightly. Tuna noticed and felt shy again, even though she was holding a baby and covered in the smell of leaves. She didn't mind. In fact, she liked that this kind of love didn't require perfect moments. As the sun sank, the pot began to boil. The sound was steady like breathing. Tuna leaned closer and watched the bubbles rise, then looked at Alex. "Have you done this before?" she asked. Alex shook his head. "Not like this. I've helped with big cooking, but not staying up all night." Tuna smiled. "Then you'll learn." Alex stared at the fire as if it were a problem to solve. "I can stay awake." Tuna laughed softly. "It's not just staying awake, it's keeping the heat even, adding water on time, listening." Alex looked at her. "Listening to the pot?" Tuna nodded, serious. "Yes. You can tell if the fire is too strong, if the water is dropping, if the boil is wrong." Alex exhaled. "You're making it sound like the pot has feelings." Tuna's eyes warmed. "Maybe it does." They took turns checking Henry. Each time Tuna stepped inside, she moved quietly, looking at his sleeping face until her chest softened. Alex would follow behind her once or twice, careful not to disturb anything, then return to the fire with a steady focus. By evening, Alex's mother brought out a tray of simple food, sweet potatoes, roasted peanuts, and warm water. She sat with them for a while, sharing small stories about old Tet nights when the whole family stayed awake, children falling asleep on mats, adults drinking tea and laughing softly. Tuna listened with a quiet hunger, not for food but for belonging. She glanced at Alex once and saw him listening too. Not like a boss, not like someone in charge, but like a man letting himself be part of a family moment. When Alex's mother went back inside, the yard felt quieter again. The fire crackled, the pot boiled, and the air smelled of smoke and leaves. Tuna rubbed her hands. "It's colder now." Alex disappeared briefly and returned with a thicker blanket. He draped it over her shoulders without asking, tucking it in lightly so it wouldn't slip. Tuna blinked. "Thank you." Alex sat beside her. "Don't get cold." Tuna held the edges of the blanket and stared at the flames. "You're better at this part." Alex's mouth lifted. "Finally." Tuna leaned slightly toward him. "But you still owe me one perfect bond." Alex groaned quietly. "Next year?" "Next year," Tuna repeated, and the words felt like a promise more than a joke. Later, when the night grew deeper, Alex checked the water level and frowned. It dropped. Tuna stood immediately, moving on instinct. She poured more water in slowly, careful not to shock the pot. Alex watched closely. "How did you know?" Tuna nodded toward the sound. "It changes. The boil sounds different." Alex listened, surprised that he could hear it too once she pointed it out. "You're right." Tuna sat back down, satisfied. Alex fed the fire a new log, then looked at her in the firelight. "You're strong," he said quietly. Tuna's first instinct was to deny it, but she didn't. She just held his gaze. "I'm learning to be." Alex nodded. "I like this version of you." Tuna's cheeks warmed, and she looked away quickly, embarrassed. "Don't say things like that." I'll lose focus and the pot will get upset. Alex let out a soft laugh, then lowered his voice. Okay, I'll be quiet. They sat together for a long stretch, not talking much, just watching the fire and listening to the steady boil. Sometimes Tuna's head drifted closer to Alex's shoulder. Then she straightened again to check the pot. Alex stayed awake with stubborn determination, refusing to let Tuna carry the night alone. Near midnight, Henry stirred and cried once, small and brief. Tuna went inside, soothed him, then returned with him wrapped in a blanket. She settled him against her chest on the stool, rocking gently while the pot continued to boil. Alex looked at them, his eyes softening. He's warm. Tuna nodded. Yes. Alex reached out and adjusted Henry's blanket edge, careful and respectful, as if touching something sacred. The night felt full but not heavy. It was work, yes, but it was the kind of work that carried meaning. Smoke rose into the dark sky. The gate charm moved slightly in the breeze. The pot boiled with patience, and inside Tuna's chest, the feeling of Tet wasn't just a holiday, it was a home.
Từ Nga đến nhà Alex sớm cùng Henry và thấy mọi thứ đã được chuẩn bị sẵn sàng để làm bánh chưng. Trong khi Alex cố gắng làm tất cả mọi việc, anh ấy gặp khó khăn với việc gói lá và buộc dây, còn Tử La khiến anh ấy ngạc nhiên bởi sự khéo léo và tự tin của mình. Cô ấy kiên nhẫn hướng dẫn anh ấy và căn bếp tràn ngập tiếng cười, mùi lá thơm và sự gần gũi yên tĩnh. Đến chiều họ làm xong một mẻ bánh đẹp mắt và ra ngoài để chuẩn bị nồi lớn. Alex lo việc nhóm lửa và dọn củi, trong khi Tử La đốt nồi, xếp bánh và trông chừng nước. Khi chiều tối dần buông xuống, họ thay phiên nhau trông chừng Henry, cùng nhau ăn nhẹ và kể chuyện, học cách lắng nghe tiếng nồi sôi và hơi nóng đều đặn. Dưới ánh lửa, Alex thừa nhận anh cảm thấy an toàn khi biết Tử La mạnh mẽ, và Tử La nhận ra Tết này thật khác biệt bởi vì nó mang lại cảm giác như ở nhà.